Hi, everyone. It says we're live now. I'm sure you're going to let me know, though. Right? Irene, Sue, Maggie, Kim. Hi, everyone. It says we're live now. I didn't mute. There we go. I know I'm live now because I just heard myself talking back to myself. Thanks you guys for stopping by. This isn't really going to be a class, but I will show you something I have been working on. I have butchered this flower. I saw a tutorial by, I think her name is Addicted to Nails Arts and Crafts. She's from Germany. Well, anyway, I put the link to the tutorial below because I'm not doing this flower any justice. It's supposed to look like, why don't I have any handy? You know those shabby flowers you get on the long trim? It's supposed to look like that, but this was my first attempt, so, oh, glue strings. That was my first attempt at it. Hers look way better, and it could just be, well, one, because it was my first try, two, because of the material I used. Yes, the rosette, thank you. I tore up a sheet, and it didn't tear very nicely. It like gave me these wrinkles, you know, like these snagged up parts, right? So I'm finding with these stretched out bits, it's not as easy to work with. But I'm thinking if I keep it up, maybe try a different material. These are cute, right? I'm always excited when I see a flower tutorial that I've never seen before. And I had never seen anybody do this before. So I was like, okay, I'm up for the challenge, except for the foldy ones. What are they called? Kim and Maggie, you know the foldy ones. What are they? You got to fold them all different ways. Starts with a K. Whatever those are, I don't do those because arthritis fingers don't do that. But they can do this. It's going to make me crazy until I see you put the name in the chat of what that is called. Now, you know, they look really elaborate, folded points. I'm not explaining that well. Help me. Starts with a K, and I feel like there's a Z in there somewhere. Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes, something like that. One of the, yeah. I don't know how to say it either, but you know what I'm talking about. I can't do those. So the reason that I'm here today with a little impromptu live, which I'm sure my friends enjoy so much when I do that, is because I've really been reevaluating YouTube, my channel, why I do it. And there's two events I'm going to blame for this. One is that I found the minimalists.com, which I put a link to their what's it called, a website. I put a link to their website below. I listen to their podcast. I follow their blog, and I'm also a patron on their Patreon. They have a documentary on Netflix called Minimalism, living a happier life with less, I think is the tagline. I could have that messed up. So minimalism isn't what you first think of as like getting rid of all your stuff, right? You think when you think minimalism, that's not what it's about. It's about getting rid of the things that aren't bringing you joy or adding value to your life, right? In all areas of your life. And despite this mess, I actually have already gone through here and got rid of a lot of stuff, and the girls can attest to that. I have done that. Even though it looks like I still have a ton of stuff. So I've been listening to these podcasts, and it's really been changing my life and making me reevaluate some things and ask some questions. And the other thing that really made me think about doing this live class is that another YouTuber that I admire and love has left YouTube. And, you know, of course, when you know that they're leaving, and they're leaving because they're in pain, you feel for them and you hurt for them. And I was sad for a minute. I was sad until I messaged with her. Hi, Night Angel. And when I messaged with her, I felt happy for her. I felt a relief for her. You know, it was like, I know how painful for her it was to leave. Hola! Thanks for stopping by. I know how hard it was for her to leave and give up her channel and give up her group, but I also get the importance of it. Like if it's not bringing you if it's not adding value to your life or others, why continue to do it? Right? So I started this channel, oh my gosh, in 2012. And I originally started this channel because I was really back then into health and fitness. I know it doesn't show currently, but 5 years ago, oh my gosh, 5 years ago, I was in the best shape of my life, and I was healing my body through diet, and I was passionate about it. And so I had started this channel as a health and wellness channel. Well, my my inspiration for health and wellness quickly faded, and I was like, I just, you know, if I can't bring myself to do it, how am I going to make videos to convince other people to do it? So then I went to what has been my passion all along, which has been creativity, crafting. I was a hi Gail. You know, I was a preschool teacher for a long time, and it was the best job I've ever had in my life. And I was able to, you know, be creative every day, all day, because 4-year-olds love you no matter what you do. It's so great, right? If you need to be lifted up, spend some time in a room full of 4-year-olds, because they'll just love on you. So when I became too sick to teach anymore. Hi, Aristi. That's why I became obsessed with health and wellness for that short period of time of my life. Oh, hello. I'm so glad you're here. So I couldn't go back to teaching. I basically had to retire. And so I decided, since I couldn't focus on the health and wellness anymore, I would share my love of crafting, you know, on YouTube. How fun, I thought. What a great idea. This is really cool. I was enjoying everybody's videos I was watching, and I was like, teaching is what I do. You know, teaching is what I love. I will bring my love of teaching and crafting to YouTube, and it'll be all good. Well, hi, Jean. It's not all good. And those of you who are content creators know it's not always easy to be a YouTube content creator. Social media brings out the good and bad in a lot of people. And I've seen things that you would never see in the real, you know, face-to-face with someone. Or I've heard things that would never be said if you were face-to-face with someone. So although I was sad when my friend left YouTube, I was happy for her in a way, because I knew that it really was something that she needed to do for her. And if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to be of value to anyone else? So I've got myself into this predicament. I can speak. Predicament. Hi, Deborah, with my channel, where, you know, I started doing the tutorial Tuesdays, right? But I do really some long projects that I can't do in like a, you know, just start to finish tutorial without, you know, speeding up the process, or we'll just be here all day. So most of my tutorials end up being sped up process videos. Well, I started to feel pressure then to crank out the Tuesday tutorials, right? And it started to put a pressure on me where I felt like, because I was putting that pressure on myself to do a tutorial every Tuesday, that perhaps the quality of what I was sharing was losing something, you know. And then And then I was losing some joy because I'm like, I'm not happy with what I'm producing because I've put this pressure on myself to produce. So what I want to kind of do here is, I'm so glad you guys are all here, and I really want feedback. So for goodness sakes, put yourself in that chat. What I'm learning through the minimalists is to, ask yourself the question, which I wrote it down because I didn't want to screw it up, right? Because this is what they ask all the time. How might your life be better with less? So that's what I've been kind of going through all the areas of my life with. And I don't want to stop doing YouTube because teaching is what I do. And because of my health issues, I can no longer be in a classroom, which is sad, but I had fun. It was the best job ever. But I still want to teach, and I feel like I still have something to give that can add value, right? But I want to kind of look about what does that look like? If I crank out a tutorial every Tuesday, but the quality of the tutorials become less, then I'm not doing either one of us a favor by doing that, right? I'm not. Yeah, less is better. Less is better. How can your life be better with less? So I guess what I'm asking is, I'm going to assume that what I offer adds some sort of value, or you wouldn't be here, right? I'm hoping that's the case. I don't know. I'm making an assumption. I'm making an assumption there. But what I want to know is, how can I add better value to you? Hi, Nancy. Through my videos, through my content on YouTube, how can I bring more value to you? So, okay, so maybe just like techniques and not full projects, because, that's something I can look into, because I do seem to be a little obsessed with doing full projects, which then I have to do sped up process videos for, right? So that's a great idea. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I could do techniques, and that way, oh, thanks, Gail. And that way we can interact, right? Because when I put up these Tutorial Tuesday videos, there's not really interaction because I've got music playing over the whole thing. And sometimes I put text to say what I'm doing. Sometimes I put a voiceover. But I don't know, I feel like there would be an added value if there was more interaction, right? I mean, it doesn't always have to be a live show, because live shows can get long, can get quite long. And I do one live show a week every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. We are art journaling here, so get yourself here and art journal with us. It's good times. So I do a live class every Thursday at 1 Eastern. Hi, Fiona. Yeah, well, Jean, I was wondering about that, because I've seen a lot of people do tutorials and they end up being 4 to 6 parts. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I've never watched, I don't think, every part of a tutorial that was set up like that, except for Maggie's. And this is not because Maggie is my best friend, but it's because Maggie was doing something that I really wanted to learn about. I don't remember what that was that you had cut into parts, Meg, what tutorial that was. Was it the doily book, maybe? And I did watch each part. So, I mean, do you guys do that? Do you go and watch, all the parts of a tutorial? Yeah, Jean, that's the thing. Don't like long videos. That's why I've been doing this sped up process videos, because I can show you a lot of information in a short amount of time. But then you kind of lose you're not really getting to know me because there's music playing. I'm not, Yes, Sue, everything Maggie does is heaven sent. So I'm just trying to figure out what is YouTube looking like for me in this new mindset that I'm learning through the minimalists. Yeah, you did good, Maggie, on the time limit. And how it looks knowing that my friend left YouTube and how freeing that was for her. And I know that it was sad for her, but I also know that she felt a weight lifted off of her for that. So I'm really looking, yeah. Well, there's a really big lag. So I'm just going to guess that you're saying, no, you don't usually watch all the parts of a part, you know, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 thing, because I know that I don't too. I'm guilty of that same thing. So that's not something that I really feel like I would want to do. So I'm thinking maybe, because I want to add value to you, I don't want to waste your time on YouTube, and I don't want to waste my time on YouTube. Well, I'm glad you're back, Ken. You and Maggie keep running off, but as long as you don't run off at the same time, we're good. You know, so I want to add value to you, and I also want it to bring value to myself. Hi, Karen. So it's just really got me thinking, you know, what am I doing this for? You know, what am I doing this for? And does it make me happy? And are you getting value from it? So do you feel like you would get more value if I was just doing shorter technique type of videos instead of the sped up process videos? Or do you like the sped up process videos? Yes, Night Angel, that's the thing, is I'm not going to put that stress on me anymore to crank out a video for the sake of having a video up on Tutorial Tuesdays, because I already have some scheduled that I'm not happy with. I'm not pleased with what I've done, and I feel like I'm probably going to cancel those. Yes, I'm glad you come and play, Karen. Yes, I do the live videos on Thursdays. Hi, Kim. So Nancy, you get value from the sped up stuff. You like that? Okay. Yeah, see, I was wondering how you feel about that. What I might do is probably not pressure myself to put out I'm sorry, I'm reading chat. Maybe I am too hard on myself. Yes, my friends can attest to that. You too, you like the sped up videos too. Okay. All right, see, so I'm glad to have that feedback. I appreciate that very much. Okay, so there's both views. Some people enjoy the sped up, and then some people would rather watch it in real time so they don't miss anything. And I get that, because you do miss a lot if I speed through. Right? And I think a voiceover is much nicer than just the music. And I haven't been doing that because of the pressure I've been putting on myself to crank out Tutorial Tuesdays. I haven't been putting my passion into them in the editing by doing a voiceover. You know, I haven't done it because I've just been, I got to crank these out. I got to crank these out. And I like to get things ahead of time. So I'm cranking. And then I have them scheduled to come up in case life happens, you know. You love both. I appreciate that, because I'm not at a point where I want to give up what I do, because I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about teaching. I'm passionate about sharing, and I'm passionate about, trying, like below, if you missed the first part, below there's a link to a tutorial for this flower by, I can't remember her name. I think her channel is Addicted to Nail Arts and Crafts. She's from Germany, and I absolutely I'm not too happy with the way my first one came out, but I am excited about the future ones. Yeah, the voiceover is more personal, right? Because there are some people that I follow that you never hear their voice, and it's always, you know, always a sped through and music, and you never get to know really the artist. And I don't want that. I don't want that. But yes, editing is completely time consuming. The true story, it really is. You really have to want to do it. And I can't put the pressure on myself to do it every Tuesday, or I'm losing quality of my tutorials. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to stick with the live classes on Thursdays because I'm having a ball working in my art journal. And I do go live with Maggie and Kim on their channels. So we do that too. Hi, Dawn. So there's a lot of live interaction available. We do have a group too. It's called In the Craft Room on Facebook. I didn't put the link down there, but maybe one of the other girls can. And if we're going to go live with a class on one of our channels, we put it in there so you don't miss it. Because I just do live art journaling on my channel. But when we're on Maggie and Kim's channel, we're doing, of course, shabby chic type things, which most of my tutorials are, of course, shabby chic type things because I love shabby chic. But I art journal for like a therapy for me. Hi, Sierra. So I'm very excited to be working in my art journal on a weekly basis instead of just a month here and a month there. It doesn't take guts to go live. I'm just ridiculous. And I don't care. I'm silly and I don't care, right? And plus I have great friends who always have my back. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. So yeah. Back to my friend that left, you know, I really get sad when somebody gets to the point where they feel like they have to give up their whole channel and all the work that you put into it, because if you're a content creator, you know how much work and love that you have to put into your channel. We all do. And so to see her let that go was sad, but I know that it was freeing for her. So in the effort, and I'm playing with this bracelet my husband gave me. It says, the beginning of everything. You see that? I love this. He just bought it for me not too long ago because he's kind of having a midlife crisis. He'll be 50 this year. Hi, Tammy. Oh, sorry, Kim. It might be mixed media, not shabby chic. My bad. Although I'm thinking that your mixed media might turn a little shabby chic. At least I know mine will. But anyway, he's kind of having like a midlife crisis, and he's actually, we're preparing to move to Oregon. So we're kind of going through the midlife crisis together, which is a good thing, right? At least he's not like trying to divorce me and date a hot girl and buy a Corvette. For that, I'm thankful. Right, Maggie. And so when he took his first trip out to Oregon to kind of scope out the place and see if that's where we, you know, where he wanted to be, and our youngest daughter moved out there with her fiance, he brought me back this bracelet. And it's like, he's right. It's the beginning of everything. Just because we're getting older, it doesn't mean things are ending. You know, it's the beginning of everything. So I love this so much. Really, really. So I appreciate the input you've given me, and I'm really going to think about, oh no, Kim, I'm really going to think about what YouTube's means for us, right? In our relationship. I don't want to just be a robot YouTube video maker. It's not what I want to do. I'm trying to be more intentional with my actions and with the things that I do. And that spills over to my YouTube channel, because if I'm not adding value to you and you're not adding value to me, then what the heck is the point? right? What the heck is the point? So I want to build relationships, right? I want to get to know you better. I want you to get to know me better. That's where the joy comes from. It comes from the relationships and from the people, not from the sped up process video. So, we live in Georgia, and we have been in Georgia for, oh my goodness, over 20 years. And so we're going to move to Oregon, and we won't all be together in Oregon for another year from now because we're waiting for our son to graduate, and he's a junior this year. So, I hate to move him for his senior year all the way to Oregon because literally the other side of the country. So I think I'm going to stay here with him so that he can graduate. So I'm going to stay here with our oldest daughter and our son, and my husband's shooting back and forth from Oregon to Georgia. Yeah, I don't mind that he's having a midlife crisis since he's taken me along for the ride. It's all good. It's all good. But I do want to give just one more shout out to the minimalists.com. Their link is below. They're literally changing my life. And I just want to tell you, minimalism is not what you think it is. It's not about selling all your stuff and getting rid of all your stuff. It's kind of moving the stuff out of the way so that you can really deal with what's important, right? You got to deal with what's important. And what's important is people and relationships. And that was a revelation for me because I'm not a people person. That's true. Like, I don't like to leave the house and go where there's peoples. I don't like to do that. I'm not trying to be where all the peoples are. So another part of pushing the stuff out of the way, it also makes you take a longer look at yourself, right? Because I put so much stuff, like this was what I did. It's not what everybody does, but it's what I do. I accumulate so much stuff, and I'm kind of putting all this stuff around me as a barrier. Hi, Dennis. And so what I'm doing is that I'm burying myself and burying myself in just stuff. And stuff is not what matters. And Kim is telling on me about my hoard vault right now. But like I said, it's not about getting rid of everything. It's about getting rid of the things that don't add value to you or that you don't enjoy. And I enjoy laces, so they're staying. But through the process of getting rid of the stuff that doesn't bring me joy or doesn't add value to my life, it's almost forcing me to take a hard look at myself, right? Because I'm not hiding behind the stuff anymore. Yes, lace has value. So, okay, enough of the infomercial. I'm just saying their link is below. Go check them out. They are changing my life one podcast at a time. And I'm loving it. Obviously, I'm not getting rid of all my stuff. That is not what minimalism means. Pack it up later. Now, that is okay. The link's below. You go check that stuff out. But through the process of going through their steps, it has just really changed my life, my view, how I want my channel to look, and how I want to go forward with my life, right? And I don't want to be just a robot tutorial putter-outer. That's not adding value to my life, You guys. Yes, you keep the stuff that you love. You get rid of that stuff. Okay, example. I have about 25 cookbooks. Now, My good friends are laughing right now because I hate to cook. I don't cook. I hate it. I actually literally hate to cook. And if these, if these people didn't need me to feed them, I would not cook ever. When they're grown and gone, I'm not cooking. My husband is on his own. I'm not going to cook anymore. So why do I have 25 cookbooks? Like, that's ridiculous. So that'll be the first to go. And actually, yes, Kim is Angel Dream Crafts. Actually, I'm looking for a partner. So anybody who goes to theminimalist.com or watches the documentary called Minimalism on Netflix, anybody who falls in love with them like I have, at some point, they have a 30-day challenge that you're supposed to do with one other person. And it is on day one, you get rid of one thing that doesn't add value or bring you joy. And then on the second day, you get rid of two things. And so on throughout the month. So by the 30th, you're getting rid of 30 things, right? And so the person who actually sticks to it that whole month wins. It's up to you if you want, what kind of wager you want to put. But I'm saying bragging rights. So anybody who, just shoot me an email, which should be in the description below, I hope. Yes, exactly. Yes, I am going to have a huge garage sale. Right now, I've been taking everything to Goodwill. Yeah, I've made a lot of Goodwill hauls since I started following the minimalists, for sure. But I am going to have a yard sale. I think the next time Ron comes back into town, we'll have a big old yard sale. Yeah, by the Thursday, you have no cookbooks left. That's the point. And, I swear to you, okay, there's like 25 cookbooks, and I probably have 5 recipes that I will go to like once a year, right? Only 5 out of those 25 cookbooks do I actually ever cook. So I'm like, I'm just going to take a picture of that recipe and put it in a private Facebook album. And then, the once a year, I'll just look it up. I don't need to have 25 cookbooks, and I only use 5 recipes. Plus, most of the books that I have, those people have websites where they share recipes. Yeah, Tammy, let me know what you think. I love it. Oh, your husband does all the cooking. You are so lucky. Like, my husband will cook, and he's good at cooking, but he prefers me to do it, even though he complains every time I cook a meal. That's probably why I hate to cook, is because of the complaints. My son is the worst one. It doesn't matter what I cook. He hates it. He hates it. Oh, yes. Yes, Tana, that's right. You would be getting rid of more than 30 items, right? I forget how much it adds up to be. It's in the hundreds, though. You'd end up getting rid of hundreds of things that are not adding value to your life or that don't bring you joy. And I can honestly say, not in this room, of course, but when I walk through the other rooms, I have a lot of stuff that is just not adding value, is not bringing me joy. And I would just feel better if I purged it. Oh no, Fiona, I hope you feel better soon. Oh, that people are starving at your house then, if you do all the cooking and you've been sick in bed for 8 days. I've actually been sick for the last several days, and today is and I've been wanting to do this video. So today was the first day that I actually felt like I felt well enough to do the video. He does hate everything, doesn't he, Ken? Like, no matter what I make, ugh. Yeah. Someone to cook for me. Aw. Dennis. It wouldn't be me, my friend, but I'd sure come around and tromps around in your mess and check out your beads and laces. which I will do. Hi, Deanne. Hi, Tana. On my way to Oregon, there's a pit stop, and I will be seeing the dentist. Yeah, give him away on day 2. Nobody wants a whiny 17-year-old. I've tried to give him away. Does nobody want that? Okay? Because he walks in the door from school, and correct me if I'm wrong, Maggie and Kim, but he walks in the door from school and he is immediately negative. Immediately. Just sourpuss. Sourpuss. But I'm on to him. I think he's doing it because he knows if he's a sourpuss, I just want him to get away from me. So I think he's using that to his advantage, right? Because I'll be like, oh, I can't even deal with you right now. You're ridiculous. Go do whatever you want. And he's like, yes. Okay, see you later. Bye. Yeah, right? The craft stuff is hard. But then it's like, I do have craft supplies in here that I never use. Okay, who doesn't, right? I do have supplies in here I never use. And I got rid of a lot of that. And I had a whole dresser full of fabric. I mean, every drawer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers full of fabric, so full I could not close the drawers. Well, I want you to know I purged it. And 3 of those drawers are now empty. And the other 2 drawers I can close and open, and they are not overfull. Jill, so you know my struggle, right? 17-year-olds. Oh. But I keep telling myself, I survived your sisters. I'll survive you. He's got nothing on them. So I should just be thankful for my little, hi, Marty, for my little, attitudinal 17-year-old, because he's an angel compared to my daughters. Serious. Which today is my youngest daughter's 25th birthday. But she's in Oregon with my husband and with her fiance. So this is the first birthday that I wasn't able to hug her. Yeah, I'm sad about it. I just want to hug her. But at least my husband's there, and so he gets to give her hugs and take her to dinner. But I'm bummed about it. I'm bummed. Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to get your input, kind of tell you where I was at, and what's going on with me, and, give the minimalist a shout out. And I put their link below. Also a link to this tutorial. And my second try ought to be better, right? Yeah. Stop spoiling them and just don't cook, but don't give them money to buy junk. Right? They should be grateful. He's just, I don't know. Like a grumpy, oh, Sierra, I'm sorry. Like the teenage years are just, I try to rationalize it with myself. Okay, he's a teenager. He's 17. He is almost an adult. And this is his time to cut the apron string. So part of this process is him having to cut the apron string. But it is painful for the mama. It is painful for the mama. Thank you, guys. I think I'm going to try with a different fabric, I think, right? Hi, Anita. I think a lighter fabric maybe, or one that isn't all distorted because of the one I ripped off the sheet has all this distortion in it. Maybe, I don't know. We're going to make these, ladies. Get you ready. Get you ready. We're going to make these. So the link to the tutorial is below. Go watch the tutorial because we're going to be making these. They're awesome. So thank you, everyone. And if you want to leave me some feedback underneath the video after, when it's done, please do that because I really want to know. Hi, Debbie. I want to know how I can add value to you and make this a joyful thing for me, and also kind of grow relationships and support each other. I want that to be the focus here, because honestly, if that's not what's happening, then this isn't adding value to my life either. So thank you all. And if you just came in at the end, please go back and watch from the beginning so that you'll know what the heck I'm talking about. And thank you, my beautiful moderators. You're the best. You're the best. Give free chocolate with each video. You wish, right? All right, thanks everybody. And I will see you tomorrow. Remember, playing in our art journals, 1 p.m. Eastern. If you don't have an art journal, it doesn't matter. You can gesso over anything and make it into a canvas or a paper that you can art journal on. So come play along. We'll be live at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I will see you guys on the next one.